The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it, and we're back at it. We are on The Local Show, which means you are too. Steve Roberts back from Florida. Well, extradited, actually. So he's back in Syracuse, ready to go.
I am ready to go.
The streams missed you.
Well, the streams are all wide, big, muddy, fast, and brown, so I think I would have avoided them anyway, Tom. Wouldn't have mattered, yeah. I'm a fair weather fisherman.
I had a lot of earthworms.
There we go.
Earthworms in the garage.
Are you collecting them?
No, I'm not.
You know what you should do? Get a little extra money. Make your wife go out and pull the worms, and you can set a worm stand up.
I'm close enough to the lake. I could do that, right?
At the pastures, this guy selling worms for 10 cents a piece.
They'll kick me out, isn't it? Well, kick me out of the pastures. Yeah. So it's our pleasure to bring back on the show Cory Reid. He's the general manager of Brewerton and Fulton Speedways out there, and racing season just around the corner if the rain stops, right?
Yeah, I know. All it's done is rain, so it always comes around, and then we get rolling here. Yeah. So we're still a few weeks away, so
good.
Hopefully it completely changes over the next couple, and then we'll be ready to rip. But
do fuel prices, make things better, worse, or
does anybody care?
Does anybody really give a crap?
A little worse, but also nobody cares.
Right.
It's sort of like a little bit of both. Like I think there's still. I'm more worried about the race teams than the fans as far as the dollars and cents of getting there. I think the fans will get there at a $15 ticket. I'm not that worried about that.
Sure.
And then most of those people come from an hour radius or less.
Yeah.
Some of the race teams that have to travel in from a ways to come play with us. When you're talking diesel at a heavy
right. How many miles to the gallon does a race car get?
Well, the irony of that is. Technically, race fuel is not supposed to be predicated on any market. It's not really a race. It's not really a petroleum-based product.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't dare ask. But it's. I'm sure it's petroleum-based at some level. But they're not supposed to be intertwined. Like where the gas price that goes up the street doesn't necessarily affect.
There's a certain smell to cars.
Yes. C4 or what is it?
C12.
C12. Yeah.
D12 on our level because it's a branded fuel, but it's
interesting.
112 octane.
So tell people what is the difference between the Brewerton Speedway and the Fulton Speedway? What experiences are at each?
12 miles, Tom.
12 miles.
Nice.
First of all, our headline class is a little bit different. They look the same, but there's big block modifieds, big block Chevrolet engines under the hood. At Brewerton, at Fulton, we just have small block Chevrolet engines as a base. That's number one. We have a little bit of different programming. We have a hobby stock class, a full fender class at Fulton. Where we have a 4-cylinder class over at Brewerton. So some of the classes are different. We have a mini mod class called the Mod Lights at Brewerton, which we don't have at Fulton.
So it's Fulton more of a small time. It's local. I mean, is it the smaller, less serious racers?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a little bit of. I think they're pretty much the same. They all take it just as seriously at either place.
So physically, are the tracks the same length?
No, slightly different. Fulton is 3/8, where Brewerton's a third. So Fulton's a little bit longer, a little different configuration. We have the same price points. As far as to get in, almost exactly the same for both facilities.
Is the food the same at both?
Food basically the same at both places.
The beer costs the same.
Nice. We find that, and I'd say we're probably like 20% of our crowd goes to both places, maybe.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Well, let's get people jacked up to get over to Brewerton. Let's really tell people why they should get over to Brewerton and that they shouldn't worry about the bridge. So tell me, I went over the bridge. I had to wait. I think I was at the light only maybe 3-4 minutes. And then I was over it. I went kind of like during drive time. So it wasn't that bad, but I don't know what it'd be like on race night.
The fortunate thing we have, yes, it's going to be a nuisance this year.
Yeah.
It's a 1-year deal. They are going to be done with it before our season in 2027. Yes, and they've assured us of that. And they're bound by contract because they told me so.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
they have to be.
Yeah.
But the nice part is a lot of our fans are able to come in from the west and from the east, and really you're talking about Route 37 coming in along the river and along the lake, Constantia, and from the other way like Pennellville. So if you're from up that way, you don't really have that problem.
Gotcha.
You can come in a different way. Central Square, Hastings, all those people just come in south on 11. So,
and you could get off if you were coming from Cicero. You could go all the way up to the Central Square exit.
Yeah, and it'll be a nuisance for them.
It's a little bit of pain, but it's not that.
We're going to recommend that.
Yeah.
I'll put some notices out here before we get rolling in a couple weeks. Especially race teams. I'm going to definitely encourage them with their haulers to come from Central Square, and then there's really two directions they can come from Central Square once they get off the exit. So the two different ways.
And what time should someone get there?
It depends. Obviously, warm-ups are at 6 o'clock ish. So, I always tell people try to get there for warm ups, get your seat.
Can Tom take his Mustang and warm it up and then just
I could do that if you really
I don't want to get it muddy. If you had some asphalt there, I'd go. But,
do you do those somebody brings their car and races thing that you see?
We do actually run what you brung, or like run what you brung. What do we call them? Spectator races. We are doing that this year. We gave it up for a few years.
I want to hear that.
Each track's doing it this year. We do it once each year. We haven't, like I said, we haven't done it in a few years, just to kind of let it. It kind of gotten stale, so we figured we'd bring it back this year. Basically, run whatever you drive to the track, you can race on the racetrack. Head-to-head spectator races, we call them spectator drags, or head-to-head, one-on-one until there's one left. So you just form lines and you compete with the next guy.
You have to sign a big waiver.
That's a big waiver.
I'm imagining there's a few signatures on that.
And there has been stuff. Not anything. Some tracks it's been quite calamity ridden, but ours not so bad. But we've had contact. There's one guy airbag deployed. It's or the right front tire peels off the bead, and then and it all looked good at the time when they got in the staging lane.
But when you see a car like that versus the modifieds that run, you realize how fast the mods are going.
Oh yeah, totally different animal. It's everybody and I can remember doing an experience where we used to have like a driving experience that was around. You run a modified car and you're going around and rattling and everything's shaking and you feel like you're going like a bat out of and. Then I realize I'm going about 35 miles an hour, and I'm like, "What the heck am I doing?" Because you're just really in a tight confine.
It's like that scene in Talladega Nights when he gets back on the track.
Exactly.
And how fast you going? 25
miles an hour. That's what it's like. And that's what I was. I'm like, you hit the gas, and you're like, "Whoa!" I feel like I'm really cooking. And then guys like, "Well, your lap time was like 24 seconds," and I'm like, "Oh."
So people who are race fans and they like the sound of the loud motors and they want to see the competition and everything, that's all fine and dandy. But tell maybe some people have been thinking about going and they're not complete fans yet. Why should families come?
Obviously, I think the atmosphere itself, we pride ourselves on family friendly. We try to be very inexpensive compared to a lot of other spectator sports or whatever. I mean, you could still get a kid in free, 18 and younger for free.
Oh, no kidding.
At almost all of our events.
That's wild, yeah.
We're one of the few places around that
plenty of food, plenty of food,
drinks. Yeah. We try to keep that as reasonable as we can despite the market. Obviously we have to meet market demand, but we've done a pretty good job of keeping the prices
family friendly. When we used to go with the kids, you sit there, you end up talking to the people next to you. Everybody helps each other. Oh, hey, there's room here. Oh, I don't want to block your view. It's just a fun local family thing. All that information, do I go to BrewertonSpeedway.com?
BrewertonSpeedway.com, FultonSpeedway.com. We also have Facebook pages for each, and we load it up.
Give it a whirl. It is a blast. It really is a lot of fun. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me.